Hello everyone, this is the Sprint 6 presentation for IT641 Big Data Systems by Team Red. The goal of this presentation was to implement OES3 in Fuzzy. In the past many sprints we have come a long way and learned a lot. And in Sprint 5 we realized in that last sprint the importance of communication within our group and also amongst the leaders, which we seem to have let slide. Also, we grasp the importance of listening to others, even when we feel like what they're saying may not be factual. In the last spring, we rested a little on our laurels in terms of the handle we had on the tools we use, Oracle, SQL Server, etc. We have since jumped back on the bandwagon. Finally, although we have been doing a satisfactory job with meeting our deadlines, we seem to be cutting it too fine for comfort. As you can see that we have divided the sprint into 4 different scrums, and a lot of that vastly depended upon the subject matter that we had to cover. For example, we had to implement Fuzzy, we had to go over ClickView implementation, and we also had to communicate with the other teams so that we can get our global Fuzzy database ready. Minor details such as converting the OES3 Fuzzy into from Oracle into SQL Server and MySQL, setting up the global database, and then also implementing ClickView were the vast tasks that took us a lot of time to complete. Here you can see the OES3 Fuzzy implementation in Oracle. Here is a screenshot, and this proves that all of our rows and columns are working and the data is showing up in Fuzzy in Oracle. And as you can see here, it's the conversion of Fuzzy database from Oracle into Microsoft SQL Server. Everything works, the data shows up, the tables are working fine. And again, here is the implementation of OES3 database in MySQL. And this includes Fuzzy, of course. And here we kind of give an illustration of distributed databases. So as you can see, there are 3 servers are located in different geographic locations. Although distance may be an issue, this distribution is set up in such a way that any changes made at one node would be reflected in the other 2 nodes as well. Designing a distributed database in this way enables the same database to be maintained in all 3 locations. They are interconnected. And here you can see that we installed ClickView SR4 on our systems. Here we would like to show a brief ClickView tutorial as what we use to implement a connection between ClickView and Oracle and then extract data from Oracle into ClickView. So we learned to open ClickView and establish connection between Oracle database and ClickView, and then to add data source and control panel administrative tools, to write SQL from ClickView to load data, and to rearrange the extracted data in readable, presentable form. As you can see here that there is a connection being set up between Oracle and ClickView, and also you can see here Microsoft ODBC for Oracle, and here would be our code. And to access data stored on an Oracle database, we need to know the server and the database name that we want to connect to, and we must have access credentials. Once we have created a connection to an Oracle database, we can select data from the tables available. And here is a brief tutorial. So we will start to extract data from Oracle database. So we will click on Start, All Programs, ClickView and ClickView 10, and then of course the ClickView start page opens. As we move along, we'll click on the Edit Source button on the ClickView start page as mentioned in the screenshot below, right here. And after clicking the Edit Source button, the Edit Source page opens up. Since we're going to retrieve the data from the Oracle database, we need to make connectivity between Oracle database and QlikView. To do this, select the database as ODBC option and click the Connect button. The Connect Data Source window opens. In this, select the schema from where you retrieve the data. I've already added data, or OE as the data source, hence it is listing in the data sources. And of course, if you have not added, go ahead to data, the data source, by clicking Start Control Panel. In Control Panel, click Administrative Tools icon, then double-click the data source ODBC and click System DNS or DSN tab. It would show Create New Data Source window. Choose the Oracle database and click Finish. Provide the data source name and service name, schema and password. Click OK to add the data source. Then select OE and provide schema name as user ID and enter the password for the same schema and click on OK to establish the connection. Once the connection is successful, the script gets updated saying that ODBC connect to the Oracle database. And then we will save the document as sample without quotes by selecting File, Save Entire Document. Now we will write our simple SQL to extract the required data in the Edit Script window. After writing the SQL, click Reload button to run the SQL from QlikView to retrieve data from Oracle. This will load the data as shown in the screenshot below. Here you can select the columns that you want to use in the report. I need all the columns, so I clicked Add All buttons to add all the columns. Now click Apply and OK to bring the data in the report. And then now rearrange the data by clicking Layout button, and then rearrange sheet objects. The rearranged data will look like this. Clicking on the department filed with the highlighted as green and corresponding related columns will be highlighted as white fields with data. For example, if selected IT department, by clicking on it, it would show corresponding employee names working in the IT department and their hire date and salary. From the above steps we learned, to open QlikView and establish connection between Oracle database and QlikView, to add data source in the control panel, to write SQL from QlikView to load data, to rearrange the extracted data in readable, presentable form. And here's a sample diagram that we used in QlikView from the database we had. And here's the salary and position from the IT department that we implemented in QlikView. Here's the graphical representation of that. And here is a chart with the gender count and in the different cities in Minnesota, and also Chicago, Washington DC, Tallahassee, Florida, Honolulu, Hawaii, different cities across the United States. Gender, male and female. And here's the horizontal fragmentation using fuzzy. Here we have divided the customer table and the customer fuzzy decision table into two different rows with unique columns where each fragmentation is segregated by decision rule. And here's the vertical fragmentation using fuzzy. And here we have divided the customer fuzzy decision table into two sets by segregating with the decision rule. And here's the hybrid fragmentation using fuzzy. And in this fragmentation we have used union and join statements to combine two different tables with distinct decision rules. And this brings our video presentation to a completion. In the past many weeks, we have learned a lot, starting from Sprint 1 all the way to Sprint 5. We have learned to work with our team members and the other teams, and we learned a lot about Oracle, SQL Server, and MySQL, and also implementing the fuzzy logic in these databases, and also the conversion of one database to another, and using tools like QlikView to implement the graphical representation of the data. Hopefully in the next 3 weeks, we come along as one team and different groups and set up the global fuzzy database and then implement Hadoop. The goal is also to set up the Azure so that we can implement that and have our bonus points. With that, we would like to thank you all for viewing, and we will see you in the next sprint video. Thank you.